Boxing truth here. It's appearing more and more likely that now the Deontay Wilder Alexander Povetkin fight, it's going to be heading to a purse bid. There was reports earlier that negotiations were going well and perhaps a deal can be made. Still some time for a deal to be made. Still some. The deadline hasn't been reached to the purse bid. That's scheduled for February 26th. So there's still some time to get a deal done, but it just doesn't look. Just looks more likely that the purse bid's gonna go down. It's convenient for Povetkin's team and promoter Ryabinsky. They don't mind going to a purse bid. They've done this process before. They have deep pockets, so they're confident that they can win a purse bid, and so they can control the promotion and most likely take the fight to Russia, make it a lot harder for Deontay Wilder to win. And there's a lot of questions surrounding this. It's been a long negotiation process. And now that's appears like it's heading to a purse bid. Could get very interesting because Ryabinsky most likely will win the purse bid and will stage the fight in Russia. And is Wilder gonna go to Russia and defend his belt? It'll be, against all. It wouldn't be the best odds of defending his strap. He'll be the road warrior, a road champion, going on the road to defend his belt in Russia, hostile territory, against a seasoned heavyweight, top 10 heavyweight like Povetkin, who the majority of hardcore boxing fans believe that he would win the fight. If it takes place in Russia, yeah, no doubt that's a harder fight for Wilder to win. But it's a fight that he has to take, though. If he ends up if Heyman can't win the purse bid, it's really unknown if he could, win that a purse bid like that, because Ryabinsky may put up, a large sum of money. I mean, he bid $24 million for a Vladimir Klitschko Povetkin fight. So he's capable of putting down big money. It's really no telling how much money he's willing to spend for a Wilder Povetkin fight in order to stage in Russia. But I think it surpasses what Heyman's budget can handle to take this fight. Because I mean, how much money can this fight generate in the United States? So going by that number, I feel Heyman's not going to bid more than that number, going by the number of what the fight can generate in the U.S. And I don't think it's on anywhere near close to what Ryabinsky could potentially bid for this fight. So it's going to be very interesting. Is Wilder going to go to Russia, or will he vacate? It's just something that he can't do. It's a terrible move if he decides to vacate just simply because he doesn't want to go to Russia. Povetkin has been questioning Wilder's his Wilder's statements about, he feels that Wilder's really more all talk. He talks a good game, but he hasn't backed up his actions. So, Wilder has been saying he's willing to travel, he's willing to go to other people's backyards and whip their ass if he wants to. But his actions, he hasn't done that. He hasn't been doing that. His reign so far, it is what it is. He hasn't taken any risk ever since he won that belt. It took forever for him to step up, and he hasn't done anything exciting ever since he became the WBC heavyweight champion. He's been taking on opponents that don't deserve a shot at his title. Taking on the most beatable guy in the WBC rankings of the top 15, looking for the most beatable guys that he can fight. And he has to take this fight. There's no way to avoid this fight. He's been talking a good game, said he wants to fight. He's hungry to get Povetkin in the ring. Yes, he would prefer for the fight to be in the U.S. However, if you want to defend your title, and the purse bid, if it goes to purse bid and you lose the bid, you're gonna have to go defend it where the fight's held. It is what it is. You're gonna have to, if you want to defend that belt and you lose the rights to the fight, you're gonna have to defend that. You're gonna have to defend that title on hostile territory. It's just, I mean, there's just no way you're gonna drop the belt. Get shitted on by fans, get just absolutely destroyed by fans. Ducker, scared, scared to fight Povetkin, all this type of stuff. So that's what's going on with Wilder's career. We're still waiting on a risky fight for Wilder. It's a big fight if this fight goes down. If he fights Povetkin, it'll get a lot of attention. It'll be the most significant fight Wilder's been in. He'll be fighting a very seasoned, legit top 10 heavyweight. Stavern was a paper champion, but he wasn't. He beat Arreola. That was it. He beat Arreola twice. That was the best guy he beat. Povetkin, way better resume. He's been in there with top level guys. He had a terrible performance against Vladimir Klitschko. I'm not a big believer in Povetkin. I believe he's very beatable. I believe Wilder has a significant size advantage, overwhelmingly height advantage that Povetkin could have a lot of trouble with. And Povetkin's getting up there in age. He's 36 years old. He's only 6'2", so it's a big height disadvantage and reach disadvantage. And he's going to have some trouble getting inside on Deontay Wilder. That's why I believe Wilder has a great chance of winning this fight. But it's taking quite some time for this fight to be put together. There's still no way to know if Wilder is going to go through with this, if the fight is potentially held in Russia. There was a good debate on the Boxing Voice recently about Wilder's career. I suggest people check that out. It's about Joshua Martin selling out, their tickets selling out in 90 seconds. It was a funny ass debate. I was dying laughing listening to it. It was a good debate. Some of the guys on there were honest about Wilder's career. It pissed Nestor off a good deal, but it was hilarious to watch. I recommend people watching it. They were just comparing Joshua and Wilder's career. And I had to agree with Mario Maniga because that Joshua Martin fight, what Martin is doing, rolling the dice, going on the road, and defending his title against a highly touted prospect, and his first defense on his home turf, his crowd, his network, it's his show. And Martin's gonna come in as the underdog, even though he's the champion. It financially was the most. Financials was the biggest reason why Martin took this fight. According to sources, he's getting paid a $5 million guaranteed purse. Money he's never gotten anywhere near in his career. So a $5 million guaranteed purse, according to sources, Charles Martin's going to be getting for this fight against Anthony Joshua. So yeah, he had 5 million reasons to take this fight, to put himself at risk by going on the road and taking a 50-50 fight with Anthony Joshua. But it's true. What this fight, I'm more excited about this fight and what Martin's doing early in his championship reign than what Deontay Wilder has done ever since he became champion. Ever since he won the belt and upset Stavern, he's done nothing exciting in the heavyweight division. He's taken on opponents fans are just not interested in seeing. Eric Molina's, Johan Duhapa's, Frenchmen of the world, who don't deserve title shots, who don't deserve to be on TV on the main event of a premium network like Showtime or NBC, whatever network he was fighting on last year. Mostly Showtime and NBC, yes. And then to take the safest opponent he could find in Arthur Spilka in the top WFE 15 rankings. It's time to step up. It's time to take a risky fight for Wilder. Wilder needs to show the character of what Martin is doing. Yeah, it's a big payday, but he wants to make a name for himself. He wants a significant fight. He wanted a money fight, and he took it. It will be interesting to see if Heyman potentially will have two of his champions going on the road to try to defend their titles. And this is something unheard of. This is un-Heyman-like. I mean, this is something Heyman wouldn't have done a year ago. No way. But there are stories coming out that the PBC funding is running very low. The money's in need. It appears maybe Heyman is attempting to get back some of his losses, so he's making some money fights, risky fights, sending Martin over to the UK to fight Joshua, and potentially the purse bid for this fight could be a substantial amount, courtesy of Ryabinsky. He could potentially put up more than $10 million for this fight, and 75% of that will go to Wilder. So I'm leaning towards, if the fight goes to a purse bid, I'm leaning towards of it happening, yes. Even if Ryabinsky wins the bid, because it's just too much money to turn down. Yeah, Wilder could potentially lose, but why wouldn't he take that payday? Okay, yeah, he'll go to Russia, but wow, 75% of a perhaps 8-figure purse bid, potentially. So still waiting to hear if maybe they can come to a deal, but I think the purse bid is on the way. It'll make it even more interesting, a lot more intrigue. What's going to happen? Will Wilder vacate? Will he take the fight? I'm leaning towards him taking the fight, but anything can happen. This is, we've been waiting a long time for Wilder to take a risk. Hoping the fight goes down. It will make the heavyweight division just even more exciting. This is the year that heavyweights. Now that Klitschko is gone and his reign is over, the rematch is still being negotiated with Fury, but he's most likely going to lose again, and it's just going to make the heavyweight division very exciting. If Wilder fights Povetkin, already Martin Joshua fight's going down April 9th. So exciting times for the heavyweight division. Luis Ortiz back on March 5th. Golden Boy's going to try to move him as fast as possible. They want to. If he gets past Thompson, they want to put him on the Canelo Khan undercard, perhaps against a live heavyweight, maybe a better opponent. Exciting times for the heavyweight division. But yes, this purse bid is going to be, if it goes down, it's going to be very interesting. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.